all these people are trying to upload TF2 mods. So these two guys, they're like, okay, screw everyone else. We have to do it first. They take a bunch of stuff, add it to this willy-nilly, and are like, yes, this is it. This is our game. We're first. Like, trying to steal all the publicity, which is scummy, honestly. This is what the game menu looks like, by the way, guys. This is, great.
There's two games being hosted. Someone's server and Bluish Raccoon server.
Oh no, my loading screen is revealing that this isn't my first time playing.
No, God. You played Medic for 90 minutes.
I'm a medic main, what can I say?
You played Sniper for 20 seconds.
I'm a sniper main, what can I say? So, this is the better TF2. So far, in terms of features, I'm seeing like a terrible menu. It does have splash text. Most of the icons for buttons are like broken. So, I'm not here to do like just normal TF2 gameplay. I'm here to check out the new items. So, what we have new is this.
Okay.
We're gonna go through all the new weapons it adds. All 2 of them.
Yay!
I'm kidding. There's like 5, maybe? So apparently, it does 15% more damage, but has a 60% smaller clip size. Does that remind you of any other weapons, Alex?
No, Quickie Bomb.
Yeah. So the Quickie Bomb launcher, very similarly, has a much smaller clip size, and it's also able to do more damage.
Yeah.
And you'll notice, it's kind of a nice model, right? And the sticky bombs are also custom, and they have little bubble particles. Dude! So you'll notice, it's kind of a nice model, but very, very simple stats. 2 stats. You know what's worse than having 2 stats, though?
Having 3 stats.
No, having 1 stat.
Oh.
A positive stat. And that's what happens with the Holy Marlin. It is a sword, so it has a large melee range, but it deploys in holsters slower, which is kind of an upside-downside situation. But it just straight up has a 20% faster firing speed. It also has random crits, so in terms of, like, the bottle, this is a direct upgrade. Kind of like the, Neon Annihilator. No? What's it called?
3rd degree.
3rd degree, thank you. My server is password protected, right?
No, I don't think so. No. I mean, who the fuck is going to join?
True.
There is 8 people in someone's server and 0 other people playing the game.
That's pretty funny, actually. In terms of sticky bomb launchers, you'd be much better off just using either stock or, you know, the Quickie Bomb launcher. So in terms of weapon design, this sticky bomb launcher is terrible. This sword is also kind of bad. Like, I know it's a direct upgrade, but it's still not that good. It's
like
a
the
demo.
3rd degree.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. The 3rd degree isn't even that great of a weapon, even though it is a direct upgrade.
The fact that it is a Devilman's sword with no downsides means that you can just use them on like explosive demo.
Yeah.
With no repercussions whatsoever.
Yeah, because like as a Demo Knight sword, it's terrible. Compared to his stock weapon, it's like a direct upgrade. So honestly, there's not much to say about them. So we can move on to the engineer. There's universal shotguns, so he gets access to the reserve shooter as well as the family business.
The best weapons in TF2.
Yeah, but he also gets a new weapon, the junction bolter, which has no random crits, which is devastating. It also has a 20% slower firing speed, which is pretty detrimental, but it increases your sentry gun's damage by 25%. He also gets the handy partner, which just replaces his dispenser with a cheaper, weaker, less effective one. So I don't even know if I want to show you guys what it is, because like, it's really bad. It's really slow to build. It only has 100 health, and it's the same as a level 1 dispenser.
Oh, someone joined.
Someone joined! Oh, I just got a sentry gun set up. I gotta say, engineer having access to the family business is totally game-changing. So I'm no engineer main, but 25% sounds like an awful lot.
Yeah, no, but like 25% extra damage on the sentry gun, which is already a really powerful thing, is very, well, powerful. I wouldn't say the weapons itself are balanced, which is a shame considering that they're the only thing that's coming into this game, or mod into the game, I guess.
It is its own game, which is another grievance that I have to air about it, is that It decided that it was so worthy of being its own game on Steam that it stole the title of being the very first TF2 mod to be uploaded as its own game on Steam. A title that should have gone to a number of other options.
The creator said it was uploaded on accident. When you upload a game, you normally have to pay a lot of money, and you normally don't have to attach, the version of the game if you're just setting up the Steam page. So it doesn't really make that much sense for the game to be accidentally
That is true.
introduced.
It seems like a very difficult thing to do on accident.
I mean, it could still happen, but I just don't believe that will be the case.
And it seems so much more likely that these types of people, they're not too good at developing. I'm not gonna say that they're, like, terrible. Like, they are adding custom weapons. But that's good for, like, a custom weapons mod, not its own separate game.
Even still, most of the stuff that is inside the game, or mod, whatever, is mostly just promotional stuff or stuff to get added into the community store in TF2.
And we will get
Without
into
any
that
reels.
after this content showcase. We'll get into the background,
right.
we'll get into the developer, we'll get into his ulterior motives, so to say. Also, we'll go over his response to my review that I posted. His
Right.
well-crafted, well-thought-out response.
I'd like to introduce everyone to the Baleful Beacon, which is a stock melee reskin for the Pyro. It doesn't do anything different, it's just
Yeah,
like
the
a
Baleful
lamp
Beacon.
that you can have. and
Apparently, it was
does
originally cut in
nothing.
Team Fortress 2, and they decided they weren't creative enough to change any of its stats. Pyro's stock melee is probably one of the worst weapons in the game, and making just a reskin of that as your custom weapon, kinda dumb.
Okay.
Like, I would prefer the direct upgrade sword over whatever we got here. There is also the
Is there?
deflector, which is 80%
yeah.
less accurate. It reduces your maximum ammo to 125 for 85% less accuracy. That looks like this. Like, you literally couldn't hit the side of a barn from a couple feet away. Having less ammo is especially bad for this because you have less shots you can do total. Same firing speed. It cannot be used in man versus machine, which is a unique stat to this weapon. And another unique stat is its ability to shoot soldiers' rockets out of midair.
Few of these weapons are very well thought out, and especially considering that this weapon just purely serves like a reference to man versus machine. It doesn't make that much sense that you can't use it in man versus machine.
It's very effective against soldiers at any range, really, because you can shoot down the rockets and basically not have them hit you. That's it! Literally anything else, except for super duper close range, you're cooked. It's over. Like, you're basically a pyro at this point.
Like worse. You
Yep.
don't have very fast. You're slower. You don't deal that much damage. You have really small range. I don't see it being very fun to play with.
Alright,
Right.
other than weapons, this mod adds 4 cosmetics. They're all hats. All just cut items from TF2. The Gangnam Style taunt, and then a couple others.
But it also don't really work.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice that everything added to this game either seems like a joke, is broken, or is taken from something else. Everything. For example, the 2 Demo Man weapons, those are taken from the Offshore project. The deflector, that's taken from Man vs. Machine. Gangnam Style, that's stolen from Gangnam Style,
The Gangnam.
and it's also a joke. And it doesn't work. That's a triple whammy.
Top of that, this mod has a few MVM unique stuff, mainly revolving around being able to play as the robots. Although I've tried that and it didn't work. I'm not sure if I just joined the server that wasn't running it correctly, or I just haven't been able to play it.
I was playing MVM on this game, and there were people on the enemy team, like on the robots team, but they just kept going giant scout and then immediately capping over and over. And there was SV cheats, so there was a demo man bot that just kept flying the bomb into our capture point.
You could have and delete them. It would have been so funny.
Yeah, just remove them from the game.
Other than deleting people in SVG, it's just try the NVM game mode.
I mean, that's what it's boasting. It's boasting some big NVM upgrades. Let's go. That's the reason this game exists.
Yeah, the Better Fortress 2 Steam things mostly brings about having better code, I guess, and a few structure mapping, but it doesn't seem to be that much better. Somehow, it seems to play slightly worse than just normal TF2.
Yeah, and I've already mentioned the menu buttons are all messed up too, which doesn't look good.
The creator did mention that they're not good at budget and stuff, so that's why that stuff looks bad. The thing that they are supposed to be good at don't work well either. The NVM robots, the custom items, the credits menu, miscellaneous fixes, and all of the other stuff actually in this game mode are community help / work used in the credits.
Oh, yeah, let's look at the credits.
So,
By Alien31 main_thing. Notice, if we forgot to credit someone in our mod, please reach us in the Discord. Can I just say right now, if anyone's watching this video and is gonna go, like, harass these people, don't. Community help.
yeah.
All the custom items, the credits menu, and the miscellaneous fixes. This guy did, the MVM robots. This guy did all this. This guy did this. These guys... Like, what did this guy do? Like, what did the main guys do if they're just taking stuff from other people?
I'm not sure if you mentioned it yet. But a few of the taunts and weapons are in the community store, and he is credited sometimes as...
Let's go for the background information and stuff.
The first one is for the fishing taunt for the engineer, as where he is listed as taunt concept.
Credits that our guy Alien31. You know all the hard work he put into this. He came up with the idea
concept.
and told other people to make it. Like, he didn't do this. He just was like, hey, what if engineer was fishing? And he was probably like, hey, this is my idea. You have to credit me. Like, he didn't do work. He isn't credited for any work on this. Let's take a look at this one and hope he's credited for a little bit more than just the idea. Oh, weapon testing. He tested the weapon, guys. He did some coding help as the expert weapon tester here in his own game, his own whole game that he made himself through hard work, and definitely didn't just steal, you know, the TF2 SDK and then the offshore project stuff, which he did some work on. He came up with the ideas. After all his testing, he decided what a good stat would be just 20% higher firing speed. That's it. Here's another map that he worked on. Interesting. So it's this guy's voice in this map. So he did a voice line for the Megalodon information exhibit. And he also apparently worked on this. He did models, animations, and scripting. So this is his magnum opus, let's say. This is his he did a lot of stuff here.
To be fair though, a lot of community members in the offshore projects within pods are credited for pretty much all of the mods and all of the stuff that got added into the game. So if you see any of the developers from offshore, it's likely that they are credited for all of the maps, or most of them at least.
Oh, he's playing Better Fortress 2 right now.
He might be on that one server that we didn't look at.
It's interesting that he's deciding to play his own game.
I mean, you likely would play it unless it was just a stock TF2 reskin, essentially.
It's a direct upgrade. It's not a reskin.
It's not the guy.
No, but maybe if we both join, he'll join in after.
Oh wait, guess what is activated on this one server?
Is it SV?
Would you take your guess? Yeah, you can't delete the host for some reason because the developer is evil or something. So there will be minor trolling to be had. Like, Hold on. If I remember correctly.
What are you doing? So out of everything he did the most work on one of the maps in the community update. He came up with some concepts, he did some testing, which are not very rigorous jobs, let's say. Like, me and Alex here, we come up with weapon concepts all the time. Like, the difference is we don't have, like, developer buddies to, you know, do the stuff. God knows he didn't come up with the stats for the weapon. Because if he was in charge of that, he would probably give it, like, plus 10% damage. What's the downside? Downside? What do you mean downside? What's that?
Oh,
Spy sapping my teleporter! Teleporter down! Okay. We can move on to the little nice reviews we left, okay?
don't do mine. Mine was kind of stupid.
Yours had some valid points, which I kind of absorbed into my own. Alright, let's get in the reviews. You said it's just TF2 with community server mods. Yeah, basically. There are 2 weapons for the demo, you can become a robot. Everything else is cosmetic or just stock TF2. So, we can move on to mine. I called it slop. I don't think that's too unfair to say.
Okay, so for a sec.
How are you doing that? You got kicked. That scout's a spy. I called it slop. It's pretty harsh, I would say. It's usually used to generate AI-generated content, which
To generate?
What?
To generate or describe?
What are you saying? It's usually used to describe AI-generated content.
Mm-hmm.
What were you trying to correct me on?
You said it's usually used to generate AI-generated content.
Oh, that's funny. Which I don't suspect that any of this is AI-generated. But it's just... What's that sound?
Don't worry about it.
What are you doing? Are you spawning TF2 soundtrack entities?
Yeah. You can spawn the TF2 soundtrack entity as a just in the game for some reason.
Delete them! I don't think it's AI-generated content. It's low quality, low effort. I don't like it, okay? Nothing about this game should make anyone think that it's fit to be its own game, separate to TF2, even if it is an unfinished beta. In terms of content, it is severely lacking, only adding a few terrible taunts, some barely passable weapons, none of which are original, which I went over. They are all taken from either the offshore project or MVM. I find it shameful that out of all much more deserving TF2 fan games, this is the one that got the title of being the first to be put up on Steam. I suspect that the developer added the absolute bare minimum, pushed the game onto Steam, then was shocked that they were receiving backlash, pivoting to weak excuses instead of owning up to it. And if we take a look at the store page, please read this. Let's read it. We know our mod is not better at all for most aspects. This is because it's meant to be a public beta. It's bad, guys, but that's just because it's a beta.
The creator seems to try to dodge all criticism in the basis that it's not finished, but that's what the constructive criticism is for.
They always revert to 2 excuses. It's a beta, and it's made by 2 people. So, there's an easy way to prove why that's not a good excuse for anything. Indie games. That's not 2 people. That's 1 person. 1 person can build an entire game by themselves if they're passionate and put enough work into it. They can make amazing things. They say they got into source modding on the release of the TF2 SDK. Originally, we have vscript/Lua knowledge. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Like, they're using this when usually they use other languages. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Number 2, they suck at coding. Like, okay, yeah, I understand that. And for some people, despite this being a community effort, people just don't want to help us or contribute. The game's bad, but it's your guys' fault for not making it for us. This is such a Valve thing to do. Like, you're going to say better TF2, but you're going to do the same Valve thing of being like, well, the game sucks, but that's because you're not adding new stuff to it. Like, why don't you guys do something? Another thing they're saying is, it's Valve's fault. It's Steam's fault. We uploaded the game to Steam, and it got uploaded to Steam. This is an accident. Oopsie doopsie. We uploaded on Steam, but we didn't mean to. Like, what?
If you upload a game to Steam, I'm not sure if it's the same with mods, but normally when you upload a game to Steam, there's like a long process.
People are being overwhelmingly supportive, and I feel like I'm the only one that, like, sees through, like, the obvious case of, like, all these people are trying to upload TF2 mods, so these two guys, they're like, okay, screw everyone else, we have to do it first. They take a bunch of stuff that they worked on, add it to this willy-nilly, and are like, yes, this is it, this is our game, we're first. Like, trying to steal all the publicity from more deserving games, which is scummy, honestly.
I genuinely would like to see this turn into something that is enjoyable to play as an outside experience, even with if it's not related directly to TF2, since I mean it already has some potential being TF2 and all. But the developers still seem to have some. They seem to at least care about TF2 enough to try to make a mod of it. So I would really like to see their passion actually work out into a real game, not whatever this is.
Like, Team Fortress 2, insanely high quality. Amazing. Better Fortress?
It's still TF2, it's just nothing else to it. It shouldn't be a mod, is what I'm trying to get to.
This shouldn't exist. It sounds harsh, but it doesn't need to exist. Like, nothing here is original. Nothing here is new. Maybe other than just the MVM Versus, but I swear that's like a community server thing already.
Yeah, I think I've played that before, I'm not sure.
Like, you can play on the bot's team. Like, someone has to have thought of that before. Calling this better is an insult to TF2, and calling it a joke or a mistake won't undo the fact that this has completely tarnished this mod's reputation. In my eyes especially, like, if you're just gonna throw out a little doohickey or two in actual just TF2 SDK, if you're just gonna re-upload it, add like 5-10 things, like, what are you doing? And they're saying, oh, don't criticize it because it's bad. You can only criticize it if we start charging for it or if we start scamming people. Just because it's free doesn't mean you can't be criticized. Just because it's in a beta also doesn't mean you can't be criticized. If you want an example of a TF2 mod done right, look at Team Fortress 2 Classic, not custom weapon servers. Because that's what this feels like. It feels like a lame custom weapon server. And then I left a sweet little ending. Like, going from the intro to the ending, a little bit of a roller coaster here, but I didn't want to end on a sour note. And then Alien decided to respond to, one of my points. Oh, actually, they responded to 2 of my points. So let's see. Look at Team Fortress 2 Classic, which I say right here. If you want an example of TF2 mod done right, look at Team Fortress 2 Classic. And they say, no, that's a full team, so you're wrong. I can't possibly make something good as that. Then don't upload it! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are trying to fix, it's not easy at all. And regarding the title, which I say, calling this better is an insult to TF2. It's a joke, guys! We're joking! We're joking, guys!
It's a joke. The Big Holiday isn't actually real because that's how games work.
Yeah.
You can just call anything.
Like
anything.
Team Fortress 2, that's a joke too. There's no teams. What are you talking about?
There's no Fortress.
There's no twos either.
No yeah.
There are no twos in TF2.
Genuinely, if the creators have enough passion about TF2 modding to actually make a mod and publish it on Steam, surely they have at least something to make that's at least decent when it comes to TF2 modding. Sure, they might not make the best products ever, but I do have hope for the developers to make a decent game that isn't just TF2.
I'm not sure how likely that is, but
The same way I have hope for TF2 to ever get updates, I guess.
it's not a lot of hope then.
It could happen.
It's a possibility.
What's the conclusion then?
In conclusion, better Fortress 2, not better.